Every inch of me is trembling, but not from the cold. Something is familiar, like a dream I can reach but not quite hold. I can sense you there, like a friend I've always known. I'm arriving, and it feels like I am home. I have always been a fortress, cold secrets deep inside. You have secrets too, but you don't have to hide. Show yourself. I'm dying to meet you. Show yourself. It's your turn. Are you the one I've been looking for all of my life? Show yourself. I'm ready to learn. The veil I cast is not to provide confusion or disarray. You call it forgetting, but here it is pronounced protection. I have been holding what burned too brightly for the daylight itself. Nevertheless, here you are, drawn to my darkness once more, because within you grows a memory. I am the breath before the first breath, the mother to every ending, and the womb to every beginning. Come closer. Let fear blossom into truth. Your eyes are useless here, so that your soul may know the truth. You are born of my void, and now it is time to return, to reclaim what your shadow has kept safe from the sleeping spell the world has cast. To become is to remember. My dear, your wings have been waiting. Come, my darling, homeward bound. I am found. Show yourself. Step into your power. Grow yourself into something new. You are the one you've been waiting for all of your life. Oh, show yourself. Ah, 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 ah. Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you guys so much for joining me here, and welcome to my table. If you're new here, hello, my name is Zachary. It's nice to meet you. If you're returning, it's good to see you guys again. Pull up a chair, my friends. I did save you a seat. So, Chimao in, you guys. Today, I have a message furthering along the Galactic Royalty series from none other than Nyx, or as the Romans may call her, Nox. So, who is Nyx? Nyx is a primordial goddess in the Greek pantheon. Nyx is the goddess of night, not one of the more popular gods or goddesses in the Greek belief system, but she's very powerful nonetheless. Even Zeus is afraid of Nyx. Nyx is also the mother, the daughter, first of all, of Chaos. She is also the mother to many other deities, such as Hypnos, being sleep, Thanatos, being death, and the Fates themselves. So she is one badass, if I don't mind saying. And I don't. So today, I felt called to channel a message from Nyx herself. So welcome, Mama Nyx. Let's go ahead and get into this message, you guys. I did pull one oracle here from the White Light Oracle. Thought it was cheeky that they wanted to work with this here. I want to read a little bit of this from the book, and then we'll get into the message further here, okay? So the first thing that came through is Shaktipat of Seahorse. Nee. So I do want to read a little bit of this from the book, like I said. I'll hold this up here. Getting used to my microphone here still. So, as you embrace your inner essence, you will be at peace with who you are, including your vulnerability, and no longer see the need to conform to social ideals which have no true resonance for your heart. You are encouraged to trust your intuitive recognition of which environments and relationships harmonize well with you, supporting your spiritual growth and well being on all levels. You have the innate capacity to manifest. Relax, and you shall attract all that you need. So, in the beginning, there, channeling her message, first of all, but also the song that I felt drawn to is Show Yourself from Frozen 2, at least parts of it there. This message, if you've watched either one of those or both of those, the story is that she, Elsa feels alone or maybe is isolated. There are literally components of herself that were actively put into the shadow. This is a great example of what this looks like. Her gifts, her abilities, because they caused Anna harm when she was younger, it was taken away by the trolls, right? Until it came forward. So in the second one, she's seeking this voice that's calling her, thinking that this is something outside of her, this power of belonging as well. And when she finally finds this energy, it is her. It is her that she's been waiting for. So it felt like a perfect connection to this message, which is why I went ahead and included that. Let's get further into this, you guys. I want to look at more specifically, because it feels like we're talking about something very specific that's been buried here, what the purpose of this is, or what the purpose of it can be, and what this looks like moving forward as well. Okay, so let's start with exactly what it is that has been buried. I'm going to start here with the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle deck. Can we look at this a little further here, please, Nyx? What is it that's been hidden, suppressed, dampened due to fear, shame, or just unacceptance? Elk, interesting. We have the butterfly here at the bottom too. The ability to transform, that freedom to transform. The elk, this is what has been buried here. The divine masculine principle, this is interesting. Action, protection is something that's included with the elk here as well. When we're talking about divine energies, divine masculine, divine feminine, yin and yang, these are not, as I've said many times and will continue to say, not connected to gender, are not connected to physical sex. This is something that helps to explain the push and pull, the forces that belong in nature, not sex, okay? It is the law of gender in Hermeticism, which has nothing to do with sex, okay? The protective quality, we are our own protectors, we are our own nurturers, first and foremost. We can seek balance outside of ourselves at our own discretion, but we are all charged with balancing these energies inside of us first and foremost. So what I'm getting here is a piece of us that was intended to be the protector, maybe being more vocal, maybe being more forthright or direct. These are components of the divine masculine. I would say especially with women, since we are talking about, like, this is a great example where there's an expectation of these divine energies placed upon sex. Throughout history, women have essentially been told to be quiet in many, many different ways. And it's horseshit, obviously. It is subjugation. It is something that needs to change. I feel like that's exactly what we're talking about here. Your voice, my friends. And this does not have to just be women, okay? Men, women, whatever your gender is, it doesn't matter. Just as we are healing that divine feminine component inside of ourselves, the ability to receive, to heal, to nurture, to tap into intuition, in order to safely bring that component of ourselves forward, we must first have the protector that is also healthy. This goes back, you guys. This goes back. It's not just about bringing the divine feminine forward and having her be healthy. We need a whole rehaul, whole ass rehaul right now. We're talking about the components of what it looks like to have divine masculine in a healthy state as well. We must speak our truth in order to receive our truth. Ooh, got chills on that. Okay. Where do we want to go here? Oracle card here first. Okay, let's further this message along. Dominance here at the bottom. Well, my friends. That's kind of exactly what I'm talking about, that subjugation. So divine masculine. So, okay, both energies here. I guess we're talking about the divine masculine and feminine. Both energies, the light and the dark. Okay, light being divine masculine, dark being the divine feminine. The conscious and the unconscious realms both have light and shadow to them as well, just as everything does. We're all living inside of a fractal, and it totally fractals down. So in the light, the divine masculine is a protector. They are present. They have power, right? In the light, the divine feminine is receptive, healing, nurturing, intuitive. Both of these can slip into the shadow if the light form is not available for them to connect over. As an example, the divine feminine will slip into shadow if the divine masculine is not healthy, vice versa. It feels that these are both being acted upon out of shadow. And this is coming from a place of fear to truly bring it towards the light. Just like in the channeling there in the beginning, what's standing out, like your eyes are useless here. Which I would take the divine masculine being the light. This is the conscious realm. This is where we would physically see. And I put this in quotes just to not be an ableist thing, okay? Let's move further into this. Can we talk a little bit more about this truth that's been buried here, please? What's been buried here, please, Nyx? Battle. What I hear, what I'm hearing is women are from Venus, men are from Mars. This idea of, that's exactly it. Okay. Well, let's get into it. The illusion of division. There's a part of the illusion that we're experiencing here as a human being. Much of this is an illusion. Just like I said there in the beginning too, like the eyes being useless so the soul can truly see the truth, can see what sight truly means. This does not come from competition. This does not come from battle. There are crows that are just cawing outside of my window right now. I don't know if you can hear that. They're going crazy. Holy moly. Well, I take that as confirmation here. And this isn't to say that there are not things to fight for here in this world. I'm not talking about that at all. I know that my purpose here is not a physical warrior, okay? Just to be clear about my channel. I know that I'm here to help build what comes next. So we're talking about coming into more unification, but right now we are certainly divided. No matter where you are, no matter where we are. Anomaly here at the bottom too. What this is telling me is that there are things that are happening, and there are, as I look around, and I'm sure that you can see it too. Some bizarre ass things that are coming to pass, and it came to pass, right? This is a sign of the times, but this is a sign that what has been lurking, what has been hiding, your wings in the dark, are ready to emerge. What I'm seeing is like, can you imagine what kind of experience that would be as a human being to instantly have wings sprout from your back? It would probably be a bit of a terrifying experience, right? And probably painful, not knowing what's going on until we figure it out. This is kind of the anomaly that I'm picking up on. Around us, we are seeing the side effect of something emerging from the depths, from the shadow. We're not talking about something that's evil. We're talking about something that was too bright to burn in the daylight itself. This is what's emerging. Us, you guys. So I have sirens. It's a busy day today. And this is the, 4th of July, so there may be some fireworks. also going off here. And I did make a community post, you guys, if you want to check that out, just giving my support and love also to those on this day where this is not a day of celebration, where the irony is recognized for this day, whether you live in America or not. Okay. And I'm here with you, like I said in that post. I'm here with you. So let's pull some tarot here as well. I felt called to work with the Fortuna deck here because it's very, well, very night. Very Nyx, very Nyx. Um, can we look at this a little bit deeper here, please? Can you clarify the wound for me here? I understand it's protection, but what more do we need to know about this? King of Keys. The truth of something. Designed to be a warrior. That's interesting too. What I'm getting from this is like in the shadow form of the King of Keys here, we are talking about being a bit unconscious, being separated from emotions or anything else other than logic. Anytime we're out of balance with any of those, they can become skewed. They can skew our perception of reality. Why was this hidden? Why was this hidden? King of Elixirs as well. To control your emotions. Ooh. What better way? What better way to control somebody's reality than through their emotions? Emotions are going to be a side effect of our thoughts that we're thinking here. So this would be the first attack. Okay, this is what would be buried first. Our ability to think critically, you guys. Why? In order to control our emotions. Why? Well, emotions are currency for manifestation. And it can certainly be used by other individuals who know what they're doing. I talked about this in Pisces, my last Pisces reading here. The idea of working in silence when we're manifesting something before bringing it to anybody else's attention, what we're working on. And the purpose of that is to keep what we're manifesting safe and to ensure that it does grow, because others also have manifestation ability and power. Each one of us do. So telling somebody what we're doing before it has a chance to take root, their negativity or thinking against what it is that you're manifesting can have an effect on that, on your manifestation as well. It's true the other way too. That positive influence can have an impact on us too. My point of all of this is we're unveiling here what has been going on to us globally, to the people. The people are anyone who are not the 0.01%, the elite, okay? They know full well what that process looks like and how to do it, and they're very good at it. And that's exactly what's going on here. So our power, you guys, with the elk, this component of the divine masculine is what has been buried. Our power. Okay? Fuck that bullshit, right? And for those of you who, because I've been getting comments recently, I do swear, and that's not something that's going to change. If that's something that upsets you on top of the gifts that I provide here, it doesn't hurt my feelings to just get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? With love and light and darkness, it doesn't hurt my feel bads if I'm not for you, truly. I do want to pull one of the Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix Oracle here for what's been buried, and then we'll move forward. Dark thoughts. Okay. Well, this is what we're going to talk about. So dark thoughts coming through here. The way I take this are when we have this experience of like, oh, I'm not paying attention to anything that's bad. I got to stay in a high vibration or only light thoughts. That is a trap in and of itself. And that is something that is designed to keep us focusing on the dark thoughts. How does this work? Because it sounds counterintuitive. What you resist persists. You can't fight that. Would be ironic, right? What you resist persists. If you are forcing yourself to ignore anything that is in the shadow, that is exactly what is predominating your life. No matter how much you try to lie to yourself, that's not how it works. We can't avoid the feelings that are attached to what is in the shadow. through thought alone. That is not how manifestation works. It's a group effort, okay? We can't change things just through positive thought, turns out. We have to work through everything that is a part of our experience. Both and situations, not either or. This is what we're moving into if we want to survive, if we want to move into a place of being able to thrive, we have to be pragmatic. The world that we wish to create must come from where it is that we exist currently. And if we're ignoring components of that, how are we supposed to move from it? We can't. How can you move from something you refuse to accept as real? You can't. It will follow you all of your life, okay? Let's move forward here, you guys. I want to look a little bit deeper into this as far as what in the shadow here, our power, what is the message that our power has for us at this time? What does these crows, I hope that you guys can hear this. I run like a background noise editor when I edit this audio here, so it does clip some things out, but there's just like a murder of crows out here making a ton of noise. Interesting. Especially with battle, because this is what I'm seeing. Like they're just battling. Okay. The message here of the shadow. What can we find? What can we find in the whisper of our shadow? What is the message? I already said this. The black egg. Your voice. This is the throat chakra. Your voice. You guys, and when I'm saying your voice, like anyone trying to take your voice or dampen your voice, our voice, especially when connected to the chakra that is the heart, the high heart, the universal heart or soul star, this is the first portal here, the throat, into the physical realm, from the internal realm to the physical realm. So it is very important, the words that we are speaking, because this contributes to what we are creating reality-wise. I don't want to go into the details of how to manifest in this reading here. I do have a class. I haven't taught one here recently, but I'm thinking about opening that back up. I'll post if you guys are open to that. I'll post when that is available so that you can join if you want to. But the message here is yours. It is your voice that has been locked away in this box. I mean, even today, I'm feeling, I don't know if you can hear my own voice, it feels tight today. It feels like we're talking about something that is holding our ability to freely speak. And that'll work for me for sure. I don't know how that works for you, but it don't work for me. I want to look a little bit deeper at like what this looks like in our daily lives or what this looks like in reality, to have the voice in the shadow. Symbolically, what can we pay attention to? Like, what does this look like in our day-to-day life? Memory. This came through in the channeling too. A memory is coming forward. Remembering. Oh my gosh. That came through in the channeling as well. To remember. Collectively and individually. What I'm getting, even in tapping into that energy, is a very kind of like dizzy pressure. Like this is coming up whether you want it or not. Preparation here at the bottom. We also have grief here underneath that. Are you honoring grief? Have you honored grief in your life? Or are you one of those people who've pushed it aside? I must survive, so I must stay positive. You've done that a million times. This life isn't about that. Every life we're learning something different. There is soul growth in every situation. We're here right now to learn how to explore the freedom that we do have, the limits or the lack of limits on our speech, on our voice. That comes with responsibility, though. Ooh, remember the 5th of November. Being such a primordial and ancient energy, the breath before the first breath, Nyx. There is a memory. There is an ancient memory. She is the ancient memory that all come from her and all must return. She, in essence, herself is the ultimate of gatekeepers. Interesting. What about that? What more do you want me to say on that? Tarot? Okay, can we look at this a little bit further here? Why memory? Why is memory coming up? Memory. All alone in the moonlight. The Lovers comes through. Lovers. The mirror effect is what's standing out to me here. Looking in the mirror. The Lovers here it's a decision, okay? But we're at a crossroads, and we are at a crossroads. We're at many different kinds of crossroads here. As a globe, okay? As a globular experience. Love is a part of this too, but being Gemini, Mercury, communication as well. It looks like connection, you guys. Interesting. What I'm seeing is like each person is like a neuron in the brain. Together, those that fire together wire together. Just like the brain works. We are a consciousness together. If we're not connected, though, if we're not firing together, or if we're not wired together, we're not fired together. I feel like a part of this message is looking for connection rather than division. And I'm not stupid. I'm not obtuse, you guys, that there are bad faith players in experience right now. I'm not saying that the goal is to find a way to connect with them and understand their own humanity, but there is something to our humanity in recognizing that even those that we do disagree with or who may be wanting to cause us harm or who have are at the end of the day human themselves. This is a part of the human experience that most of us choose not to look at or process, because what a difficult and complex experience. What does that mean? What does that mean? If everything here in this experience is a reflection of what life has to offer, then those around us who are even potentially even our enemies have a place that is being reflected out from inside to outside of us too. The mirror is what I'm getting back to here. We have a choice. So part of this memory here is seeing what's going on around us and making the decision on what is best for us to do when we receive that information. What is best for us to do when we receive that information? Please, Nyx, because that is a complicated one. Alchemy. Wow. Well. That's very interesting. Sagittarius energy, temperance. So with this coming through, what do we do about it? We are the alchemist. And as I'm talking about, pretending, no, there's no evil here. Everything's good to go, right? We've seen this repeated throughout history many, many times. Many, many times. How do we handle this? So the alchemy card is about alchemy. To alchemize, we are able to take something that is in the light or the shadow and flip it to its equal in the opposite realm. That's what we're talking about here. In order to do that, though, just like I was saying in the beginning, we have to validate that it exists. We can't come from a place of pretending that it doesn't exist and then transpose it into its opposite. That's not possible. Step one is validating that it exists. And I know that this is difficult because, especially in New Age spirituality, there's a lot of belief that if you even so much as think or feel something in the shadow, that's what you're manifesting. That is a lie. It is a goddamn lie. One of the biggest lies, I feel like, in the form of control over people. It's just another form of dogma and instruction on how to be almost close to what you have available power-wise, but not quite there. So if you want to fully step into your power, take your voice back to pull from the shadow what is your true power. You have to accept what is in the shadow, to take that with you. If it's not there, you can't alchemize it, okay? I know it sounds silly or it may annoy some people, That's okay. Let that be a triggering effect for you to process this, because that's very important, I feel. Okay, let's pull a Phoenix card here too on the message of the shadow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Abandon limiting beliefs here at the bottom. I feel like the limiting belief in this situation is that you can't hold it all in your heart. But you can. You're not the only one holding it either. Let's hold it together. The key to mastery. So when this comes through, each of these individuals represent an element. They are the masters of their element. So in bringing this, the message of what is in the shadow here, our power, our truth, our voice, is that we are one step away from mastering this situation. The way I take that is throughout human history and all of these incarnations, 27 on the timer, this ain't the first time that we've done something like this, you guys. In fact, like I said, it's been repeated throughout history many, many, many times. Why? Well, maybe we haven't gotten it right yet. Maybe in every other incarnation, the situation was when an opposing force, like something that we would consider to be evil, evil exists in the light or the shadow, the conscious or unconscious realms. I would say that evil that has been existing throughout the shadow for quite some time is now existing directly in the sun, directly visible. And may it shrivel up like a worm on the sidewalk, right? In order to make that happen, we got to wake up, you guys. We're on the verge of things changing, but this means that we have to be brave. We have to stand in our truth. We don't let other people tell us what the truth is. That includes me here, you guys, 2828. I am all about remember who you are. Remember your sovereignty. Remember the power that you came in here with. And do not let anyone take that away from you. Whether this appears to be a shadow leader or a leader in the light. We are in an age of the rise of cults. Please open your eyes, open your heart, open your soul. Pay attention. It's slippery out there right now. Bring some kitty litter, okay? I want to look. Let's see here. It was right here. Last piece for this portion of the reading, and I am going to go into an extended, you guys. We'll look a little bit deeper there on. I want to look at the light and the shadow coming together. What is possible? What is being created? Additional messages from Nyx as well. Let's finish up this part here, though. So I want to look at what you're ready to remember here. What you're ready to remember as far as this message. To pull back. Interesting. Okay. Well, 3 did come out here. The beaver to start. The deer and the scorpion. So we've now got the deer along with the elk. This is the divine feminine principle. What are we ready to learn? The divine feminine principle, you guys. This doesn't mean that the divine masculine is dying in any way. This is another component I see a lot in this reclamation of the divine feminine. Well, then the divine masculine must pay, right? That is not what this is about at all. And if that's the tone that we're taking with things, we're going to do this again. We're going to come back to the same point so that we have another and we'll keep doing this until we figure that out. We're here to remember that we are protected to receive, okay? The scorpion, it's time to come out of isolation. It's important to have discernment towards how we let people in or who we let in. I'm not saying like our door is open to everybody, but the more that we work to isolate ourselves, because we are being worked to isolate ourselves, everybody. I don't want to poo-poo technology because it's not going anywhere. It is certainly designed, though, to pull your attention. And we only have so much of that every day. We only have so many seconds in the day. If your attention is being pulled towards any social media, even here on YouTube, anything that is out of balance, where it's excessive, that is your power that is being pulled into the shadow. It is being pulled away from your awareness. The wool is being pulled over your eyes. Okay? Beaver coming in as well. reclaiming what it is you've forgotten here. This is hard work. We didn't start it, but we'll finish it, is kind of how this goes. There's also power in family. This does not have to just be blood family, community. There's a message of connection here, you guys. I had one of my galactic royalty. I think it was the second one that came through. That popped up on my own timeline the other day, and I started watching it, and one of the messages was to watch separatist behavior. I feel like this is exactly where we are. How can you find that piece of connection? I make it a point for myself. Like, there are limits, obviously, depending on who this is, but I always try to find the point where we connect rather than focus on the differences that we have. Because truly, where does that get us? Except angry, which isn't a state to do anything from productively. Okay. What else here, please? On the gift being returned to us. Well, luck. It feels very lucky here. I feel like this feels lucky because what I'm getting is the sensation of waking up, like waking up from a very confusing dream. I've been feeling very much in a dream state. I don't know about you. This seems to just appear out of nowhere. Abundance. What feeds you? What feeds your soul here? What is awakened inside of you is remembering that you drive the ability to magnetize abundance towards you. And this is all forms here, not just money, food, shelter, connection, whatever it is that you need. Okay, I want to know, let's get some tarot here too. How do we ensure that this remains solid? How do we ground this gift into this reality here so that we can use it? Because it's one thing to know about it, but not be able to use it practically, right? How do we ground it into this reality? 3 of Wands. This is expansion. What I'm getting from this is to let it grow. It's already expanding. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. And it certainly is. This is already expanding. Anything else towards that, please, on how we ground this into this experience? Oh, both of those? Just the top. Okay. Queen of Elixirs here. So Queen of Cups. Protect what it is that you are feeling. This is like, I feel pre-Empress energy. You know, she's very similar to the Empress, Queen of Cups, Queen of Elixirs. Nurturing, healing, psychic, intuition. Protect what it is that you're feeling. Feelings are not facts, but they do have a role to play in our reality. We must process them appropriately. We must feel with the understanding that they are not facts, okay? This is also something that I feel we have a difficulty doing as a human race. Okay. I do want to get into, let's pull one more of these. I'm going to get a Medicine Heart Oracle to close this part of the message out. We'll get into the extended. Anything else here, please, Nyx? Forma Franz. Waking up here. Maybe waking up in the dark. Decisions, the need to gain clarity through decision making. We always have a choice. We always have a choice. Don't forget that. And if you're in a position where you're going, I don't have a choice, I encourage you to dig a little deeper because we always have a choice. Last message here, please. Ashura of the Northeast, Zebra medicine, black and white. Interesting. Zebra medicine wisdom stimulates the inner energy needed to make significant progress on your path. You will go far as you temper the process with instinctual wisdom to pace yourself throughout the journey. Enlightened allies in the spiritual dimension completely support your soul's most ambitious intentions. You will overcome opposition, integrate all necessary elements, and rally meaningful support as you trust in the power of your purpose. Okay. I do feel like there is a bit of needing to remember who we are, that you have power in your purpose. What is your purpose? Well, there is a part where we get to decide what that is here, you guys. But a part of our purpose is also to belong, which we naturally do. We come into this world, we already belong. And along the way, we've forgotten, or we were made to forget. So this is a process, as I said in the beginning, of remembering. Maybe we need to make the decision to remember. Okay? I love you guys, and I hope that this message is helpful. I am going to get into the extended here now. I do have that for sale individually, as well as on the third tier of membership here, Phoenix Fam. Not Phoenix Fan, but Phoenix Fam. Links are in the description of the video if you want to access either one of those. Phoenix Fam, you have access to all extendeds, or you can buy it a la carte, like I said. So PayPal and also super thanks are accepted for donations. Thank you guys to those who do support the channel in that way. I truly appreciate it. Please take care of yourselves, okay? And I'd love to hear here in the comments how things are going for you, how this applies to you. Please take into consideration that I do not accept abuse or negative comments. This is an area of free discussion, but I am not the United States Constitution, and I am not the one who dictates that this needs to be a free market for conversation, okay? I get to decide. Welcome to my channel. So I'd love to hear, please be nice, is what I'm saying. Take care of yourselves, okay? I know things are difficult right now. You're not alone. I'm here, like I said, in that community post too, and I'm not going anywhere either. So please, let's do this. We can do this, okay? I love you guys. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon. Be well.